the early morning sunshine of the Caribbean softly touches the Pitons, the famous twin peaks of volcanic lava that rise sheer from the seacoast of St. Lucia, an island of beauty and contrast that has inspired travellers for centuries, moving one to call her St. Lucia, fair Helen of the West Indies. As the sun rises higher over St. Lucia's 150 enchanting miles of coastline, sea and sky turn to Caribbean blue, and the numerous beaches to white and gold. Some are deserted, palm-fringed. Some conceal hotels with gardens that reach to the water's edge, where guests can enjoy the best of both worlds, all that a modern hotel can offer in the delightful surroundings that can only be created where the temperature remains between 70 and 85 degrees the whole year round. This is February in St. Lucia. It could just as easily be June. How different from the February left behind in Chicago, Toronto or London, and how much better in the summer than the stifling heat of New York. Yet from St. Lucia's VG Airport, nowhere is really far away. International airlines link St. Lucia not only with the numerous other Windward and Leeward Islands, but with the main continents as well. Visitors landing from so many countries feel at home at once in an island that was 7 times French and 7 times English, that has taken the best from both countries and added a special character of its own. VG Airport is but 2 miles from the port of Cadiz, St. Lucia's modern, spacious capital. Castries, with a population of 30,000 and its thriving commercial centre, is always colourful and always full of life, but especially so at carnival time. The quayside at Castries is always busy with the welcome given to visitors from the numerous cruise ships that call so frequently, as well as with commerce. For who can resist some special souvenir of a special place? Perhaps something made on the island. For handicrafts and home industries are an important part of St. Lucian life. Who can fail to enjoy the welcome or send-off provided by one of the steel bands that are so very much part of the Caribbean scene. Whether your visit to St. Lucia is a day, a month or forever, nothing on the island is beyond your reach. Just 27 miles long, St. Lucia is full of surprises, and you can drive to places like Grand Anse with its marvellous beach, a wonderful place for a picnic or a plunge in the surf. Around this splendid site there will soon grow a residential and holiday estate, with golf course, swimming pool, hotels and 800 individual homes. There are similar projects for other parts of the island where people are staking their claims and investing for the future. For a complete contrast, you can drive right into St. Lucia's own volcano, where the very ground you walk on is hot to the touch, and steam issues from 1,000 cracks and fissures. around, boiling cauldrons spit and bubble, disappearing periodically, only to be spontaneously replaced by others. Visitors can benefit from the constant supply of natural health-giving water that is tapped for the nearby sulphur baths. But most of St. Lucia's mountains and valleys are covered with luxuriant foliage and plantations of coconuts and cocoa, coffee and nutmeg, and many kinds of fruit, all enriched by the climate and by the most modern methods. And above all, there is the banana. In the deep shade of the banana plantations, the stems cut represent 3/5 of the total production of the Windward Islands. 5 million stems a year go to Britain alone, with a target of 10 million in sight. Protectively wrapped for their journey to harsher climates, the bananas are carried to the quayside, creating that same scene of colourful activity that inspired the banana boat song, as the tallyman spreads his tallies for eager hands.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, come tally me banana. Daylight come and I want go. Come, Mr. Tallyman, come tally me banana. Daylight come and I want go. Day-o, day-o.
Some produce stays at home, for sale perhaps in the market held daily in Castries. Saturday morning is the busiest time, when people come into Castries from outlying districts to buy and sell almost everything you can think of, from a chicken to a chair. All this is part of St. Lucia, the colour and bustle of the market, contrasting with the quiet of Castries' yacht marinas. Lying between the big ships and the airport, they have every facility for yachts, and for the yachtsmen attracted by the many delightful bays and the natural harbours that St. Lucia has to offer. Yachts of every kind, privately owned and for charter, abound in St. Lucia. Perhaps the most famous and the most beautiful of St. Lucia's yacht havens is at Marigot Bay. It was here that Admiral Rodney hid a small flotilla of British ships from the French fleet by tying palm fronds to their mastheads to blend with the trees that even today screen the harbour from the sea. Today, holidaymakers water ski where men of war once lay at anchor. The launches that now set out from the jetty chase not enemy fleets, but the shoals of fish that abound in these Caribbean waters. Visitors to the hotels of Marigot Bay have so much to enjoy, whether you prefer to ski or sail or just relax in the sun. And conditions are ideal for swimming in sea or pool. All around the coast of St. Lucia, there are villages where the fishermen beach their boats as they have for generations. Close to the village of Groseilliers lies Pigeon Island, where Admiral Rodney established his lookout towards Martinique before finally sailing to victory over the French. Today, the cricketers of the future play on the beaches where the French and English once fought. Now all the boats are strictly for fishing or for pleasure, perhaps setting out from the beach of a nearby hotel. Does it matter if you're not an expert sailor, when the temperature of the water never drops below 70 degrees? And anyway, there are always the pleasures of the beach and the hotel service waiting back on shore. St. Lucia's most modern hotels are built on the finest beaches and in delightful surroundings that match the luxury and comfort they provide for the discerning traveller. Whenever you like, you can build up that golden tan in the Caribbean sun, or you can choose the cool shade of the palm trees. There's always plenty to do on St. Lucia, and yet it's a marvellous place in which to do nothing at all. St. Lucia is an island with a fascinating past, a fascinating present, and an even more fascinating future. Your visit may pass all too soon, but you will want to come back, perhaps next time for good.